As a group, we created our own film trailer in which we had to make a storyline from scratch and come up with the best parts so we can put them together into the trailer to make it as eye-catching and as exciting as we possibly could. Us as a group had full control of this as we produced, directed and edited it. Scott done most of the camera work, I was the actor, and Siobhan helped with all the other little jobs that needed doing. We had to choose which genre our film would be classed in, and so we can match our storyline to it. We decided to make a cross-genre of science fiction thriller, which would be challenging for us as we needed to do plenty of film research and use plenty of references and stuff like that. Our production is about two characters who are locked in a relationship that is packed with arguments. Molly is abusive towards Paul, which makes him put his life into perspective. Molly then gets killed by an unknown killer, which then starts off a time loop when the day keeps constantly repeating. The day repeats and Molly soon starts to realise something's wrong and that she's trapped in a time loop. She tries to figure out who the murderer is and how to get out of the time loop. In what ways does our media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
We used real-life products to challenge the codes and conventions of real media products. We researched trailers and looked at examples of other trailers, and we found out that all trailers follow a three-act structure. The first act sets out the scene and tells the audience what is going on. The second act is the climax of the trailer, where something is going to happen to shock or excite the audience. And the third act is the montage footage, where a selection of shots are put together to build up tension to a dramatic, exciting ending, which will make the audience want to watch more. Music is another factor into making of a film trailer because of it creates atmosphere as to what is happening on scene. This is called parallel sound. For our production, we decided to use the Bryan Adams song Run to You because it was a parallel with everything that was happening in the scene and creates tension. We thought that mixing the science fiction and thriller genres together would be difficult because we had to use conventions from both genres and we had to use them effectively for our trailer. We also didn't have a huge budget for our trailer, unlike huge film companies such as 20th Century Fox and Walt Disney. We found that the thriller genre conventions tend to be dark, mysterious, confusing and insane, whereas the science fiction genres tend to be more abnormal, hyper-real, strange and sometimes random. Some of these conventions we needed to create a successful subgenre. We also had to subvert the genre so we could make it unique for our production. Another thing we had to do was choose an age group which we wanted our film trailer to be made for. To do this, we used the BBFC, the British Board of Film Classification, for guidance to help us choose the right age group. The age group we decided to aim for was 15. This is because our product contains strong content, which may be a bit too much for a smaller age group. Before we started discussing our ideas for our film trailer, we did some research on real media products in which we could use to help guide us in the right direction that we wanted to go in. This also helped us choose which genre we wanted to choose because the films would have an influence into what we like. We used IMBD to help us choose the films we wanted to research, which to stick to the genre that we wanted to make. The three films that stood out to us were The Groundhog Day, Final Destination 2 and The Matrix, and these were the films that we used as a template.
How effective is the combination of our main product and ancillary texts?
To create a professionally and successfully promoted film trailer, we will need to create a film poster and magazine cover. This will help us to pull in a wider audience, and if we can make them eye-catching. With the film trailer included, these are called ancillary texts. Ancillary texts are normally created in an order, with the film trailer being made first, followed by the poster, and then lastly the magazine cover. They come in this order because it won't confuse the audience as they will already have some knowledge about the product. All three of these products will include the basic details about the product that we have made. The basic details include star actors, the director, the production company's logo, etc. This will also include when the film is going to be released. We have created both our magazine cover and poster for our project. As you can see, we tried to make them as interesting as we possibly could, and we also wanted them to be the opposite to each other, with the poster being white and the magazine cover being black. The main image that we used on the poster was the two characters who were standing face to face, one hooded and the other called Molly. Molly, the girl in the trailer, was also looking up at the hooded character, which shows the status between the pair, with the hooded character being more higher up. The photo shoot was not taken directly from the film, as we had taken some time out to complete the shoot in order for us to get a better cover to explain the relationship between the characters. We also wanted to add bits from the film trailer to be added to the car in which we used to run Molly over and when Molly's being abusive. The magazine cover was also created from scratch, with us using the same pictures as what the main one in our poster has. We also found on the internet an image of someone with a hooded jacket, which we used as a background for our poster. Also, the colours that we decided to use were opposite to what we used in the poster, with them being just black and white. This tells the audience that our product has a dark atmosphere to it, intriguing them to want to watch more of it. We decided to use Empire magazine as our template, as they are well known, and most of the audience won't be able to recognise it.
What we have learned from our audience feedback. The audience and their opinion was perhaps the most vital source of information whilst making the film trailer, because without them, we wouldn't have had half the ideas we got, and we could have gone down the wrong route with the codes and conventions, and obviously we could have picked ones which they wouldn't have wanted to have seen. As said before, the target audience was 15 because the content was most suitable for that group. As part of our research, we conducted a questionnaire to find out people's opinion on what we wanted to do. We asked a wide range of questions to leave us open about both of our chosen genres. The information was vital in the building of the storyline. We also decided that the questionnaire should be done by random sampling so that we didn't have the biased opinions of our friends. We also had to do an interview which contained 3 of our media class using, again, the same media random sampling method. To do this, we came up with a few different questions in which wasn't on the questionnaire in order to get extended feedback on what we was about to do. We wanted it to meet our target audience's needs, so we asked questions in which were based around that. The final thing we did to get feedback on our trailer was to post it online on YouTube and get random people from our year group and interview them about what was good and what was bad about the trailer. We asked a series of questions about the actual trailer to get some feedback so that we could use for future reference. How did we use media technologies in the construction, research and evaluation stages? And Scott's going to explain about construction and research.
Research was the very first thing in which we had to do before starting planning our film. Without proven research, we would have to be unable to make our trailer as successful as others. We used a range of websites in conducting our research, such as IMDb, YouTube and Google. These were all part of the internet technology that we used. This gave us the opportunity to compare and contrast our products to all the other products and how ours can be as successful as those already made. To construct our film trailer footage together, we had access to some of the latest filming and editing software. This includes having access to Apple Max, which had Final Cut Express, iMovie and Adobe Photoshop, which are available to edit the footage and that we had from the high definition cameras that we were given.
Planning.
Planning was another important factor into making a film trailer. This is because we had to use a 3-act structure in which to follow to get our trailer to make sense. After completing the 3-act structure, we had to create a storyboard and split it into the acts in which we created. The whole point of the storyboard was to make our storyline more clear and the opportunity to state how long each shot was going to be and what shot it was going to be. After we had completed the storyboard, we had to scan them and put them on the blog in order to create an animatic, which is a trailer made up of cutouts from the storyboard to see exactly how long the trailer is going to last approximately. It also gave us a chance to see what shots worked and what shots didn't. The evaluation. After all our work is done, we will upload everything to our blog because it keeps all of our work together so that none of it gets lost and it can be checked easier. For our film trailer, we had to create this filmed evaluation and also written evaluation so we had more proof about what we had achieved.
Thank you for listening to our filmed evaluation.